There was incompetent officiating all around, but especially some pretty crucial calls. But we're not blaming that. But I do want to make sure we give proper credit to Utah, because that was a heck of a game on their part.
Yeah, no one's taking anything away from Utah. We were talking about USC. This is a USC post-game show.
And this is we're talking, guys, mostly about USC.
Yeah, absolutely. My hat goes off to them, because at the beginning of the season, I said this game, I just penciled this one. And strangely enough, I penciled in Notre Dame. We'll talk about them later as just wins. And then I figured because of injury, because of other things, we're probably going to pick up a couple more losses throughout the year. So at this point, I thought we are where I thought we would be. I thought we might even have one more loss somewhere in there early in the season. We're doing well. The problem I'm having is on our execution of plays. The injuries, we'll talk about that as well. I mean, certainly not having Gentry out there and Addison had a huge effect in that fourth quarter. So that's another thing we can cover later on. But yeah, completely. That's why I'm calling them the champs. These guys are 22-1 for a reason. They're 22-1 at home for a reason. It's because they are good. And every time you see the ball in Cam Rising's hand with 3 yards, I even said it before they even went for the 2-point conversion. You can't stop that guy we haven't been able to stop that guy. He's just so big, so quick. He's good for 3 yards every time he carries it.
So it's our own fault that Gentry got hurt, because our defense was out on the field way too long. It didn't have to be. And, this is a learning experience, obviously. I had USC going 8-4 this year. I had this as a loss. So, but when you have the lead and you are putting Utah away, this is baseball season. This is like game 7 or game 5 right now in a divisional series. If you're going to put out a champion, you have to put them out. It's hard to eliminate them. And we underestimated Utah. Credit Utah for getting a few blows to the gut and coming back and not quitting and fighting the whole time. I just don't think USC made the proper adjustments to keep the ball away. I mean, when you see Dalton Kincaid just tearing up our defense, all right, what do you need to do? Keep the ball away from Utah. Cam Rising was playing a great game. I know that there's going to be discussion of why didn't we put 2 guys on Kincaid? Well, guess what? That takes away that opens up the opportunity for Cam Rising to have a free look, right? Well, if you got double team on Kincaid, well, Rising can rip you, and he did that on that last touchdown, right? So, yeah, it's kind of like pick your poison. And this was a night that they weren't going to be denied, and credit Utah. Great game, and they won.
This is the first time I didn't see an adjustment. There should have been a halftime adjustment to at least shut down. You can't shut down a guy like Kincaid, but there's no way that he's picking up. He had 50. I think he had 15 receptions. Yeah, like 50 receptions for like over 200 yards. I'm sorry, you need to do something. The guy was wide open on those drag routes. They found 18 different ways to get him open. They needed to go and cover him tightly, and it's not like he was like it was close plays. He was wide open out there. At some point, you think that you're going to key in on a guy that's torching you for 200 yards, and there were no adjustments to cover him.
Well, you know what? We don't know if there was adjustments or not, but you look at every other game, there were adjustments. So you have
effective adjustments.
Hold on. You have to believe there was adjustments that were discussed at halftime. And guess what? Credit to Utah, because our adjustments did not work. Obviously, they did not work. But there wasn't an answer tonight for Kincaid. There wasn't an answer for Cam Rising. And they beat us. And so, bottom line. But when we had a 21-7 lead, we didn't control the clock. We didn't do what we were supposed to do when we came here, bring the defense and a running game, and we got away from it. And that's my opinion. I think that's why, we traveled the road we did, and you add everything else that happened in this game, and that's what the result we got.